Okay, this is 1.3 in your textbook. We're looking at page 31. If you're not there already, please open your textbooks. First thing I want to just review very quickly is the fact, yeah, Philippe? September? Yes. I want to just review bed mass. First and foremost, for all of these questions in today's homework, you're going to need to be familiar with bed mass. Of course, bed mass stands for brackets, exponents, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. We did mention that either one of these can come first depending on the order of the question that's given. Okay, usually we just go from left to right. So if the division comes up or multiplication comes up before division, that's fine. These two are interchangeable, that's why there's a dash, and so are these two. So you can kind of consider bed mass, look at it like that, because those two are together. Alright? Okay, the next thing I want to talk about, there was a question yesterday about this, and it's going to come up a lot today in your homework, and there is some confusion about it. Okay, kids tend to get confused about this. The difference between -2 to the exponent of 4 and -2 in brackets to the exponent of 4. Okay? The difference is when you have -2 in brackets, the exponent applies both to the negative sign as well as to the base. Okay? Whereas when the negative sign is not in brackets, this 4 now, this exponent of 4, does not belong to the negative sign. Rather, it only applies to the 2. Okay? So that's the difference. So when we go to do this equation now, it's actually negative. You can leave that negative sign on the outside, and we're going to deal with this power. Okay, we know 2 to the exponent of 4 is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So we then have -16. Or -8. No. Because 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, is 16. That's right. Okay? -16. Whereas now when we have -2 to the exponent of 4, that -2 is all in brackets, so the exponent has to apply to each one of those. So now when we go to multiply, we have -2 times -2. You multiply two negatives, you get a positive. So we have +4 times -2. Now we have -8. -8 times -2 is +16. So I'm just going to show that a little more drawn out. Okay? So two very different numbers here. Though they're both 16, they're actually quite different, right? Yeah.
So whenever like there's no brackets and you're doing like to the power of like will it like always equal like a negative number?
Yeah, if there's a negative sign in front, yeah, of course, because that negative sign stays out of it, right? And so then you're going to use that exponent only to that number. Okay? But I think this will answer your question now more. Now, first, before I move on, any questions about this? So you understand the difference between this and this. It's going to come up a lot throughout high school. So please be familiar with it. Next, I want to show you a little trick here. When we have the negative sign in brackets, so we know that this exponent now applies to both the negative sign and the base. In this case, exponent of 1 is just multiplying itself by 1, so we're not doing anything. That's -2. Exponent of 2 is equal to -2 times -2. That is +4. Okay, so I want you to notice the pattern. Whenever the exponent is odd, the answer is negative. Okay? That's when you're taking an exponent of a negative number.